Welcome to part 2, review, a closer look at cycles. Okay, so first off, we're going to start with the hydrologic cycle, and this is significant because water is plays a major role in purifying the water for us. And remember that the Earth has a fixed supply of water, even though it seems like it's dispersed differently. Some areas are just going to have more than others, but nonetheless, it's all going to have a fixed amount. So the ways that the water moves, the major processes are evaporation, precipitation, and transpiration. And with evaporation, basically, with most matter, when you heat it up, it expands, and therefore the properties of density will make the water then rise up, and then it will cool and then condense, and the properties of gravity will bring it back down again as precipitation. So know the three major processes: evaporation, precipitation, and transpiration. And then because of the properties of the sun heating the molecules. Okay, another important process is transpiration that I just mentioned, and basically what this is the way that water pulls plants pull water up through its roots and to the leaves. Transpiration is basically the respiration of plants, so it is the water that comes out of the stomata of the plant, and it also plays a significant role in purifying our water. So water returns to the earth as precipitation, and it has several paths it can take. It can be surface runoff. Sometimes it will go into lakes and streams, and then again it will evaporate and carry on the cycle, but sometimes it will seep into the soil, and then it will evaporate from the soil and it'll go back to the atmosphere, and then sometimes it goes through infiltration and percolation and will make it all the way down to the aquifer as our groundwater. Some precipitation, though, is converted to glaciers, and remember that water plays a huge role in photosynthesis as well. Plants use the water in order to make carbohydrates that you and I all need to sustain life. So remember, very significant, the water cycle is a natural process of purifying the water for us. Now, the things that we do to alter the water cycle: we withdraw large quantities of fresh waters in rates faster than nature can replenish itself. We clear vegetation from land because we want agriculture, and clear it from mining, and we pave paradise to put up a parking lot. But by doing that, it's going to increase surface runoff. See over here, you'll have a lot less infiltration, percolation. Your surface runoff, this fresh water gets wasted and ends up dumping into salt water, into the ocean. So we clear vegetation for buildings. We clear it for, unfortunately, by doing this, it also ends up affecting our weather patterns, especially because the plants in the tropical rainforest, when we cut that down, it plays a major impact in our climate. And unfortunately, we have been cutting down already about 20-30% of the Amazon rainforest, and this makes basically less diversity, and it turns it more into a tropical grassland. Oh, by the way, last thing too is when we pave paradise to put up a parking lot, we also increase flooding, because no longer can it infiltrate and percolate down into the ground. Unfortunately, it will end up stuck on the pavement. Okay, next one is carbon cycle. Carbon cycle is pretty important because it is a building block of carbohydrates, basically of all your macromolecules. Dang it. Keep stinking announcements. Sorry. Okay, so carbon is the basic building block of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, DNA. So these are your 4 macromolecules you learned about back in 9th grade in biology. So when you get to college and decide you want to go pre-med and take all these science courses, you are going to take something called organic chemistry, and it's all about the carbon-hydrogen bonding. And so carbon is found in the atmosphere to start out with, and plants actually bring carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere for us. So carbon dioxide is found in the atmosphere, CO2. Plants use it for photosynthesis, and that helps obviously generate glucose molecule, which